Hello crochet friends, welcome to Crazy Cool Crochet. This is Sylvia and we are going to work on this adorable crochet capelet featuring the super easy crochet fillet stitch. As you can see from the photos, this is perfect as a little cover-up for dressy occasions. It's great for a summertime wedding, for example. This works up fairly quickly, and we are using a number 2 yarn, and this one is Bee Yarntopia, which I have used many times because it has such a beautiful drape and it's very lightweight. Perfect for summertime crochet wearables. And we need some scissors, and the crochet hook is a G or 4.25 millimeter. I'm going to be working this in a size extra small to medium, and for additional sizes you will have to go to the blog crazycoolcrochet.com. Let's get started. Now I'm using a different color yarn so that it is more visible against the white background here. So we start with a chain of 80 chains, and then we're going to join with the first chain. So you want to make absolutely certain that the chain is laying straight. When you have a nice long chain like this, it tends to twist and turn, and we can't have that. It has to be absolutely straight. So just run your fingers, your thumb across the chain until you get to the very first one. Here we go. Now join with a slip stitch. And chain 1. Now we're going to enter a single crochet into that same space, and then a single crochet in each chain all the way around. When you come back around, you should have 80 single crochets. Now we're back to where we started. I've got my 80th single crochet. So now slip stitch into the first single crochet to join, chain 1. Now double crochet in the same space, chain 4. Excuse that knot. Double crochet again in the same space, chain 4. All right, now we're going to skip 3 spaces. So there's 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next space, and chain 4. Skip 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the next space, chain 4. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the next space, chain 4, and continue until you have 9 of these big spaces. Right now we've got 3. Okay, so there is our first corner. Do not count that space, just the large spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the large spaces, chain 4, skip 3, 1, 2, 3. Now do another corner, double crochet into the 4th space, chain 4, double crochet in the same space, it was a little bit of a mess, chain 4, Now skip 3. 1, 2, 3, single crochet. So repeat what we did before. Skip 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet. You're creating those large spaces. So keep going until you get back to where we started. Okay, now we are back to that first corner. We've got 3 spaces left. 1, 2, 3. You did your 4 chains. Now we're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet, then chain 1. Now we're going to form another corner. Double crochet, chain 4, another double crochet in the same space, chain 4. Okay, now this is our repeat row. Row 3 through row 7 is a repeat row. So now we're going to single crochet into that large space, chain 4. Single crochet into the next space, chain 4. Single crochet into the next space, chain 4, and keep going into each large space until you get to the corner. Then you will form another corner with the double crochet, chain 4, double crochet, chain 4, and then continue with your single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into each space. There's the next corner. We've got 1 more space to enter the single crochet, chain 4, whoops, and now join into that first double crochet with a slip stitch, chain 1, form your corner with the double crochet, chain 4, double crochet in the same space, chain 4. Okay, that was messy. And then continue. Single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, until you get to your corner, and then you'll form another corner and keep going. So you'll notice that for this design, we only have 2 corners. Okay, now I wanted to show you the piece worked up a little bit more. So we worked for 7 rows, doing the chain 4. Then on row 8, you do the exact same pattern, but now we're going to use 5 chains. So where you were doing chain 4, you will do chain 5. That's the only difference. And that includes into the corners with the double crochets, and then you will do a chain 5 in between the double crochets. And then chain 5, single crochet into the next space, chain 5, single crochet into the next space. Same exact pattern. Just keep going. And of course this is growing. Every row it's growing, which is exactly what we want. And here is the almost completed crochet capelet. We worked for a total of 22 rows. Now keep in mind, you can make this as long as you need. I have a very short torso, so 22 rows was enough for me. You can keep right on going. Now I don't think I explained in enough detail. As you work each row, your spaces grow by 1, your large spaces. Okay, so if you started with 10 spaces on each side, or between the corners. Then the next row would be 11 on each side, then 12, and on and on and on. And that's how it grows, all on its own. So now we're going to add the fringe. Okay, I'm about to throw in a shameless plug here. When I do the fringe, I always use a paperback, or usually. That gives me the size of the fringe that I want. And in this case, I'm using my own book. I published a fiction book, Surviving the Day of Destruction. So if you are interested in seeing what this is all about, I will leave a link in the white space below. You can go take a look at Amazon. Okay, so now to make the fringe, you take your yarn and you're going to wind it along the side here. This is about 5 inches wide, and you're just going to wind it around and around, like a lot, a bunch of times. And then you'll cut it on the bottom, and then cut the strands along the bottom here. And we're going to use 2 strands at a time. Fold it over in half. Now we're going to add the tassels into these spaces here, and along the bottom, of course. Insert the hook from the bottom. Grab the 2 strands, pull it through, pull it nice and tall, pull all the strands through the opening, and then squeeze it gently. It forms a knot at the top. And that's it. And here is the completed crochet capelet featuring the super easy crochet fillet stitch. So of course this can be dressed up or dressed down depending on the yarn you use and the colors. Oh, and don't forget, we'll need to trim the fringe so it's nice and even on the bottom. Other than that, we are good to go. If you like this project, please be sure to give me a thumbs up down in the white space below the video. Subscribe and do all the things. That would be awesome. And don't forget, there's a new feature. YouTube allows you all to contribute a little something to your favorite YouTube channels, your YouTube creators, or in my case, your favorite projects. There's a little heart down in that white space where you give your thumbs up. The little heart allows you to click that, and you are able to contribute a little something monetarily to what I like to call my YouTube tip jar. That would be awesome. Thank you guys for your support, and we will see you on the next project.